Hey there, I'm on an adventure. I'm at Riverside Park at a place I've been before recently in a video. It is called Pebble Beach. It's in Riverside Park in Victoria, Texas, right here on the banks of the Guadalupe River. And there's the river. And I came over here with my daughter Lauren. There's a nice fellow there. He's looking for shells. He's found a lot of really cool shells. They're big, like oyster shells, and some other, all different sizes of shells. They're all over the place here. And he's collecting some of those. Lauren's over there doing whatever Lauren does. Looking at, oh, she's looking for shells too, for her and Sarah. Can we see your shells that you've collected? My name's Todd, by the way.
David.
David? Look, he found a cup and he's filled that cup up with shells that he's found here on Pebble Beach. Is that cool or what? All sizes and different colors and shapes. It's pretty cool stuff. So anyway, my adventure today started off pretty good. Just came over to Pebble Beach. We're going to spend a little time at the park. I'm down in Victoria to go see my mom. She just turned 90 years old, and we're going to make a stop at the zoo and maybe get a geocache. We're going to go hang out down in downtown Victoria, where they've had over the last few years, I understand, a revitalization project. It's supposed to be really nice down there with shops and restaurants and all kind of stuff in Victoria. But this adventure started off with a real bummer. I have my drone. Let me open this up here for dramatic effect, right? I'm going to open up the case of my DJI Neo, and you'll see here there are extra batteries in my controller. That's another extra battery. And what's missing here? The drone. And the drone is missing. And I know what happened. Error. My error. An over $200 error. I'm not going to replace it immediately, but I'll get another one. I've got all the accessories and all the stuff. So I put my drone in it was in the, what do you call it? The AI mode or the manual mode, not using the controller. It has presets in it. And all I wanted to do was do a droney. It's supposed to go out 10 meters and take video while it's doing that and come right back to me. It has what's called the gimbal protector on it. It's like looks like sunglasses. It's dark glass, dark plastic. It covers the gimbal and the lens, and that's the thing's eyes, where it's detecting what it's looking at and sees, and it's automatically so anyway, I don't think I took the gimbal. Matter of fact, it's not here. I'm sure I forgot to take the gimbal protector off, and I put it in droney mode, and I launched it, and it went out over the Guadalupe 10 meters, about halfway across the river there, exactly like it's supposed to. And I sat here right on the beach and watched it go from its normal height for a droney. And what it did is it said, hey, something's wrong. It couldn't see me anymore to return to me. So it automatically defaulted to landing. And I watched it land right there in the middle of the river and sink. And I lost sight of it as it got like 6 or 8 or 10 inches below the water level. And it was easing its way that way like a droney submarine. And that is 100% my fault. I just realized that shooting this video and taking this, making this video, normally what you would see here is right here would be that gimbal cover that's still snapped on that drone at the bottom of the Guadalupe River. But you know, I try to stop worrying about things that I don't have any control over, and I regret that happened, but I can't let it ruin my day or my adventure. And we're going to go on about our business, and I'll just have to replace my drone and say lesson learned. I forgot to take the gimbal cover off, and once it gets out of the way, it's like sunglasses.
It was blind.
Yeah, it was blind, so it said, you know what I'm supposed to do I'm gonna land. You come get me.
Dang.
Unfortunately, it was out in the middle of the Guadalupe River. So the next video will be a happier video. Please stand by. I'll be back. I had to go to the vehicle and change the shorts because it's hot. This feels so much better. You want to walk around the lake, around the pond?
Yeah.
Okay, you have to put your shoes on. I don't know if you can see it in the video. Look at Lauren's legs. They're already getting pink.
Yeah. It'll be okay.
And I don't know where or how it happens, but I've only been wearing shorts. This is the first time in years that I've even put on shorts because all the problems with my legs, but they're better now. And this right here is starting to get some color to it, but my shins don't. But it might look very pale to you. Look, I am getting more blood flow back to my legs. All the hair had disappeared from my legs. You don't want to see that. But it's a great sign medically that I've actually got hair growing back on my legs. My doctor is very happy about that and surprised. Lots of walking, lots of exercising. Growing those collateral arteries. I said I could if I worked at it. Look at all those little fish. That's amazing. You know, I've already lost a drone in the water, and here I am holding my camera out over the water with a gimbal that's prone to going haywire. I live on the edge. What can I say? By the way, I couldn't help it. Sitting in the vehicle between Pebble Beach and the duck pond, I stopped under a shade tree, pulled up Amazon on my phone. I've never ordered anything from Amazon on my phone, ever. I didn't even have the Amazon app. I just used my Google browser, my Chrome browser. But I ordered another DJI Neo, and all that they're saying about DJI products, the drones will unavailable and cannot be found. They're being banned in the United States. It's all crap. It's clickbait. It's all over YouTube, and it's not true. I ordered a replacement DJI Neo about 20 minutes ago, maybe a half hour ago. It will be delivered to my house tomorrow. And so apparently there is no shortage, and the price is exactly what I bought my DJI Neo for probably about a year ago maybe. I hate when people clickbait. There's some rumor and they just run with it and act like they're experts and say all this stuff that isn't true. Some of DJI's competitors have hired some lobbyists to influence politicians to pass laws to make things difficult for DJI, but a big part of their market share is in the United States. They're not going to just leave like a lot of these experts are saying. It's bullshit. Sorry, pardon my French. Wonder why the ducks don't eat all those little fish, or maybe they do. They're everywhere. There's millions of those things. Those are those are not tadpoles. Those are minnows. Tadpoles have a big body up front, you know, and then the tail tapers off really fast. That would make, if that's tadpoles, that would make for a lot of frogs, wouldn't it? That's exactly what those ducks are eating. They're eating those minnows or tadpoles or whatever those are. Look at that. That one's getting after it. So I wonder if these are like there's some, what is it? The pelicans. The dentist talks about there's one type of pelican and they dive for their food.
I got some good footage of one that was over there.
Okay, one of them doesn't dive for their food.
Oh.
It can't. Or that's not it's what it does for food. So look, that duck dives. His head down, but some of the other ones don't. Oh, we got a duck fight. Little duck squabble.
You saw he was getting too many.
The brown one is mean. What a bully. He dives. Maybe they all do. Maybe ducks can all do it. And these just aren't feeding. They're picking, preening, right?
That's grooming.
Yeah, it's how they groom. It's called preening, I think, right?
Yes.
Or maybe it's parrots that preen. I don't know. Trivia question of the day. What birds preen?
I think it's a universal term for birds, something with a beak cleaning its feathers.
Could be. I'll go along with that. You know what though? I just can't picture a buzzard preening. You know?
I
Do
can.
turkeys preen?
Yeah,
You think?
certainly. Right? They have
All right.
to.
We'll look it up. Inquiring minds want to know.
What is that thing?
Bird?
Yeah, but that's a wow.
They swim on a
Diving. I see. That is
he's got
so
a fish.
cool.
He just ate a fish.
Wow.
You can catch a duck by the throat, you can have it. You about to be able to grab one. He's right there.
Where'd that bird go?
He's down there fishing.
That's so freaking cool.
Oh, way out there.
Okay, I've done a little research and I have some answers, sorta, or at least I know what not to do next time. Yesterday during the Sock Monkeys live stream, I was telling the story about my drone biting the dust, or actually it didn't bite the dust. It went down in the drink. It went down the drain. It's in the drink. It sunk. And so while I was telling it, he cut in and said, "Hey, it's because you flew it over water." And he might be right. It's true. DJI recommends you not fly the drone over water. And there's a reason for that. People do fly them over water, and I'll explain that as best I can here. The reason they don't recommend it is, people, if the drone malfunctions and it crashes and it's damaged or destroyed, DJI may replace it under warranty for malfunctioning. And the reason they say we recommend you not fly it over water is this. There are two ways that the drone flies. The DJI Neo, the drone that I lost. One is automatic. It has pre-programmed settings like circle. You click into that, you click the button, and it'll go around you in video. Go 360 degrees around you, recording the whole time. You can put it in rocket, and it goes straight up in the air. All of these things it will do at 1 meter, 3 meter, and 10 meter. I think 3 different distances away. It will do droney, which is like a selfie, but a droney, like 30 feet, 10 meters away. That's what I wanted my drone to do. Go up at an angle up in the sky, record me, come back to me. Okay, when it's doing that, when in that mode, it is critical, according to, for it to have eyes on the ground. It has these sensors that are part of the gimbal system or something like that. And that's its primary feed on how to navigate, on what's controlling the drone, is its elevation from the ground using that, I don't think it's like radar, but you know what I mean. It has sensors that detect where it's at relative to the ground. And when it gets over a water surface, it's reflective. That totally hoses it up, and that can be the cause of the problem. Leaving the gimbal protector on can also be a big problem because, again, those sensors are blinded. So I did not find any information on YouTube or anywhere else, AI or whatever, on the combination of leaving the gimbal protector on and flying it over water and in an automatic mode, a preset mode. I did everything wrong. That drone never had a chance. I'm sorry, little gimbal, little drone. My bad. I think next time I'm at Pebble Beach over there at Riverside Park in Victoria, we'll have a little ceremony. You know, it's too soon after the tragedy this past weekend, but now when I go back, you know, we'll have a moment of silence there at the on the riverbank. So the difference is, I have flown my drone over the water at Lake Somerville, but using a controller. I watched several videos today of people kayaking or just showing a river, you know, fishing, people flying those drones over water all the time. And what helped, that's because it's now your control, it's not an automatic control counting only on its own sensors. It's in manual control, and the pilot, meaning you, with either your phone or a controller, you're telling it what to do. And some altitude helps. And at higher altitudes, it's the the GPS location, its sensor, its input of its geo coordinates, or its primary feed, not the downward facing sensors. They become not they're not being used, but they're not the primary determining factor on where it goes. So I probably didn't put that very well, but that's, I'm trying to relay what I read. And so will I ever fly my drone over water again? Yes, if I want that shot and I need that shot. I mean, probably not if it was one of those $4,000 or $5,000 drones. This is a $200 drone, and I don't mean to discount that. You know, that's a good bit of money, and I hated to lose it. I'm not saying I'm not going to be irresponsible about it. And I'll certainly never put it out over the water again in an automatic mode. But under the right circumstances, using my controller, I would fly it over water again. But anyway, thanks for hanging in there and watching my video. And, you know, I wish I had video of it going down. It was a very dramatic moment, or the look on my face would have been great. Treat other people the way you want to be treated. This is Todd. I'll see you later. I'm out.